So after that last chapter, could we call Bobby's character Liabusa?
Hayabusa.
Liabusa after what he did with his hands.
No, it's Broabusa, thank you.
All right, let's get into Kaguro's story. My stomach is growling. I'm hungry. Kaguro's story. Kagura.
It'll just make you carry more books. Jeez,
I
it doesn't take
fucking
a
know.
psychic to know.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even excited. I'm sorry, Elk.
Iroha isn't like every story, so really there's no need to do his.
Chapter 3, Kaguro in the daytime.
Just as boring as at night.
Why don't we take a little break around here? These books also seem to be heavier than expected.
You're not even holding them. Kaguro-san pointed to the package containing the books. For the package, you should ask the shop over there to have it delivered to Yoshiwara. We went into the store on the street and left after asking them to send the package.
I guess even a girl who knows nothing of the world knows her own yard well. In any case, thank you.
We have many regular clients here, and I've been running around here freely since I was little.
You were quite a tomboy, weren't you?
What do you think?
But you said freely, right? What kind of feeling was that?
Kaguro-san's roguish eyes suddenly became clouded.
How long will I be able to come out to attend school like this?
Kaguro-san's eyes quietly stared at the river running along the side of the road. The water's surface flickered as it reflected the sun's rays, and it would occasionally shine beautifully upon Kaguro-san's profile.
I want to continue to study and train, but
The boy's profile looked mature for his age, and it somehow made my heart race. Well, why don't we sit down and talk a little?
good idea. The weather is nice today anyway.
We sat down on a long bamboo bench situated alongside the river. It was my first time sitting down next to a man. How sheltered are you? So I wasn't sure how far I should be from him. After you officially start to have clients, will it become difficult to go out?
You really don't know anything about the red light district.
I'm sorry.
I guess it can't be helped. So it looks like I'll have to teach you again.
Though Kaguro-san let out a sigh, he proudly displayed his raised index finger.
Normally, the higher the gentleman is, the more restrictions there are on going out. Even so, Kagura-san can still go out for training. But Kagura-san is allowed this exception due to his popularity.
Is he that popular? It's really actually kind of hard to tell.
Not everyone is allowed to do that.
Really? So you can't do that either, Kaguro-san? This person who chews these books with stars in his eyes, if he becomes a gentleman of the night, then he wouldn't even be able to study freely.
Why do you have such a sad look on your face? Without that happy-go-lucky smile on your face, you'll just be a regular, boring girl, you know?
Though he said in a harsh way, I guess it was his way of showing his concern. Kagura-san, yeah, you're right.
We don't need to think about the future just yet. And
Stop doing that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It is not. Fangirl, hold strong. It smacked my phone. I'm so sorry, Makoto. I am so sorry.
Then the blushing intensifies.
Today was kind of a nice day.
Actually, Tauko would be in the corner of the screen going, Tauko intensifies! Kaguro-san mumbled the end of a sentence and then looked away from me.
I don't really have a chance to spend time out of Yoshiwara with someone around my age. Well, actually, I've almost never had the experience.
Before we knew it, the sunset illuminated the town in an orange hue. I totally thought that was a glitch. I'm not lying. I'll let you know when I find more rare books, Kaguro-san.
That would make me happy.
Just then, Kaguro-san's glance was drawn in by something, and his eyes stopped at the top of my head.
Oh, don't move.
Huh? With a serious look in his eyes, Kaguro-san extended his finger towards my forehead. The chiseled outline of his face came near me, and I could clearly hear my racing heartbeat.
Oh,
In that instant, I saw something flutter by. Is it a dragonfly?
I thought it would be rare to see one since it's out of season. It got away.
To my relief, the boy's face that was once close to me was now distanced from me. Then, Kagura-san took a pocket watch out of his coat pocket and looked at it. How rare. You have a Western watch?
I have some connections with a foreign country.
Perhaps it was just my imagination, but did he have a little trouble saying that?
Anyway, I need to go back to Kikuya soon. Kana-san, where's your house?
Huh? I didn't understand why he asked me that, so I cocked my head to the side in confusion.
I wish to ask your house to carry my books.
Just then.
I'm saying that I'll see you to your house.
Oh, okay. And so, Kagura-san ended up seeing me to my house. However...
The shop is smaller than I expected.
Kagura-san looked at the outer appearance of the store and knitted his brow. I heard you needed a lot of money? That seems like something somebody would say. If you want to spend a night in a shop like Kikuya, could he be suspicious of the source of my money? Well, don't worry about my money. Business has been going very well.
I see. You're saying that you're a merchant who's come into money, aren't you? I don't really know much about that, so I have no intention to pry. Well, I'll be going then.
He appeared dismissive as he attempted to turn his back to me and leave. I call for him to stop, say thank you, grab his clothes. I think if you grab his clothing, he would be pissed off. I'm gonna say thank you. Yeah. Kagura-san, thank you so much for today. My voice was unexpectedly strong. Kagura-san looked back at me from over his shoulder. Did my loud voice surprise him? Why? As I looked into his bewildered eyes, something sprung into my mind. Though I no longer had any intention to go to Yoshiwara, I just wanted to see him again. Is it okay if I go to the shop again? I want to see you again, Kagura-san.
Kana-san, you want to see me?
With his eyes open wide with surprise, I felt that he did look the same age as me.
Yes, please. I'm waiting for you.
The faint smile on his face made him appear mature. What was this feeling? Why did I think about him so much?
Of course, if you chose Kagura-san, but...
Yes.
Well, see you again.
Kagura-san bowed politely, and with his back standing straight up, he left. I kept looking at his boyish yet manly back for a long time. Kagura-san. I didn't expect there to be a gentleman like him in this district of pleasure that knows no night. I thought he was a person who only said harsh things, but he was still a boy near my age. Those shining eyes of his that I saw in the bookstore, when I remembered them, something warm filled my heart. If I go to Kikuya, I can see him again. When I opened the sliding door of my shop and tried to enter my home, I found something twinkling on the ground. What is this? Curious, I picked up the small, shiny object. Could this be an imported item? As I curiously examined it, it looked similar to part of a pendant accessory that I saw before when I was assisting at the store. I couldn't find anything like the tiny chains and strings that came with those type of items. It doesn't seem like something we purchased for the shop. Did someone drop it? Could it belong to Kagura-san? He told me he had some connections with a foreign country, but just as I was trying to wrap my mind around this... Hello? Are you an acquaintance of Kagerou? The woman that Kagura-san argued with earlier in the day started to talk to me. You must be... Kagura-san's school teacher? Oh, did he say something like that? Confused, the woman gracefully laughed. That's not true. My name is Shion. I'm Kagerou's sister. Called it!
Called it.
Called it, called it,
So
called
called
it.
it.
Called it.
Yeah, it was
I was like,
pretty
it looks
obvious.
too much like him. I was like, what the fuck?
What? You're Kagura-san's sister? In reaction to this unexpected turn of events, all I could do was stare at her. Though quiet, there was a faint hint of Kagura-san in her eyes. For some reason, Kagero and I were separated from each other. I went to the main island on my own, and was blessed with a good husband, so my family lives well. I feel sorry for Kagero-san to think that he had no choice but to become a gentleman of the night. Oh, really? But why were you separated from him? The woman pressed her eyes to stop from crying, and then gave me a serious look. You must already know that hardly any boys are born on this island. Yes. But this also means that a boy is born to be separated from his family. That is the fate that awaits him. He will be imprisoned in Yoshiwara as a gentleman. Shion's story told of the painful, hidden reality of this island. Fortunately, because of my husband, I was able to make enough money to buy his freedom. And even though I've said this to him many times, he won't listen to me. Really? Why? For a gentleman of the night in Yoshiwara, to have your freedom bought should be more than a dream, surely. You seem to be close to the Kagerou. So, could you convince him for me? Me? Yes. Right now, he is able to go outside of Yoshiwara at will. But after he makes his debut and starts to take clients, he'll be confined only to Yoshiwara. However, if I pay for his freedom and he retires, he'll also be able to see you freely, you know? Freely. That means that Kagura-san would be able to study and train, and he would be able to do so to his heart's content. Please, do this for his sake. Please, couldn't you do this? Shion-san strongly gripped her hands together and passionately appealed to my heart. What should I do? Why? Wait, this doesn't...
No, yes.
Why me?
This doesn't, like, affect anybody, technically, right? So... Like, think about it. Like, because how does this affect Kagero? It doesn't. Because I'm not even talking to
Well,
him.
actually,
Yeah.
Why me seems
Yeah, but he's
dismissive
gonna
of a
find out.
potential relationship. I can't make any promises, and ... are confusing to me, but why me seems like you're distancing yourself from him.
I think ... I think they threw the ... in as a trick, which games do a lot. But,
Yeah.
because I don't want to decide yet. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with that. I understood her feelings. If there was anything I could do, I wanted to help him obtain his freedom. Why won't you do this for me? You do like Kagerou, don't you? Well, am I wrong? I'm not that close to Kagura-san. I see. I'm sorry to have asked this of you all of a sudden. No, it's okay. Shion-san dropped her shoulders in disappointment and walked away with slow, heavy steps. I didn't really understand. Perhaps what Shion-san was saying was true. But if it was, then why? Why wouldn't Kagura-san hear Shion-san out? Without realizing it, I had been tightly gripping the pendant top that I picked up earlier. Kagura-san.
well, we know why he won't leave. Because he has a crush on his,
I think Kagura saved him or something.
Oh.
I think he thinks he owes Kagura, not just...
That sounds, yeah.
That's possible.
That's
That
why he
sounded
looks
more
up to him.
plausible before this chapter, but now he comes from a rich
Yeah.
family and people have money to buy his freedom, but he's sticking around?
Well, wait, think about it. He was separated. He was like, okay, so back up. He was separated from his family, so he was raised in a family probably without a lot of love, right? And the family didn't care about... But his family didn't have money. His sister has money because of the husband she married.
Yep.
There's nothing indicating that the family had money. So with that assumption in mind, he was in a family that wasn't loved. Maybe he ran away. Maybe somebody tried to rob him.
I think the family probably sold him for some money. If they were that hard up, like they could have been.
Well, I don't know if they're hard up. They might have had an okay living, right? The point of the matter that I'm trying to make is that, like, something happened, and I think Kagura said something to him that made an impression on his life, or saved him, or something, and he feels that he owes a debt for Kagura. Because if you notice in all of the ways that they talk, that's always what it seems like to me.
Why are we turning this into a sociology class?
I really enjoy, once you start getting into this little nitpicky stuff, I always enjoy seeing why. Because these characters, surprisingly in visual novels, act this way generally for a reason. So.
Well, here I'm thinking, if anyone starts acting cute with your character, you should have like little chibi miffed versions of all the other characters, like layering at them, like going, "Don't you dare!"
I just really like the sociological, political stuff that's happening in a lot of these stories.
Yeah, no, I like how these stories are starting to get heavier and they're starting to get more complex.
Yeah.
That solves everything!
Chocolate solves everything.
Colorful, comfit candies were inside the small parcel. My mouth started to water after... Okay, this girl is me.
Yep.
My mouth
Oh,
started
boy.
to water after seeing